All right, so I already started this. Just thinking about it, I just jumped into it without even recording. What I'm doing is this is the area that's supposed to house a stove, which I'm standing against. There used to be one of those old-timey hood fans or whatever it is down here. We're trying to replace that with a microwave. So, good thing I already have my wiring. Power's cut off to this particular guy. Double check. Nothing on the hot. Our ground, definitely nothing. Our neutral isn't carrying anything because our circuit isn't closed. There's nothing on this wire. All right. Basically, I'm just trying to run this wire. I need to create a switch. I have my plug over here. I need to create a plug. I have my plug over here. I'm trying to either rig it so I can plug it, attach it to the wall here, but a better place is up here. And I'm trying to do this as minimalist as possible. So I just cut the back, call it the back wall of the cabinet. That piece fell in right there. I'm trying to get it out, and that's the drywall back there. I'm gonna fish this wire through there, pull it out, attach it to this, screw it onto this in some fashion that this thing can sit in there flush, and then cover it with my plate and all that. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna throw this on time lapse so I can have my hands free, and you guys can be entertained by the various iterations that I go through. So sit back, watch in super fast mode. Yeah, can't find a better word for it. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it on dictation. And hang on, let me get a proper microphone on this thing. And I said dictation, I mean, I'm gonna put this on narration. So essentially, my phone's sitting on the side and you can actually see what I'm doing with my hands free. This went a lot faster than I expected because I was ready to battle this thing because I planned it out in my head a little bit. And that's the key to this thing. Before you jump into it, at least know something about it. Try to have a plan. Make sure your wire doesn't fall through the wall. That's why I put a bend in it. If you saw me pulling it out, that's why I put that bend in it, just to make sure that if anything happens, I'm still gonna be able to retrieve that wire. And right now, I have a hex bit. That hex bit is not going to help me. Let's switch bits. Not itty bitty bits, but let's switch the tip of our drill to this one is a Robert's head. I think that's what it's called. My fellow Canadians, please correct me if I'm wrong. And I don't have the proper ladder. So I'm improvising with some tile packaging. All right, that's a Phillips bit. That's not a Phillips bit because I don't like Phillips heads. Phillips head in other places we call them plus head, yeah, something like that. All right, and I should be using a wire like cutter or pair of pliers, which is sitting on the other side of the sink. Oh gosh, okay, we got it. And I'm talking as if I'm doing a live. I am clearly not doing a live, but still as entertaining. All right. Okay, so I'm just wrapping my wire around this. I've gone around twice. That is way overkill. Definitely don't need that much, but I'm not trying to cut this wire either. But just do that, tighten it down. Ooh. tightened it way too much. Actually bent it. Trying to straighten that and get a smaller Robert's head, because this one is square, but it is way too big for this application. I'll just get a Phillips head, one of the larger ones. It looks like it has a bit of a surface to it. That should work fine. Now which one? Okay, I think I have something like that. I think this one's a little too big. See, right there? I think that one's a little too big. And voila, I am right. That one's too big. Okay, back to the drawing board. We'll just get a normal Phillips head. Oh, no, I got another Roberts. Alright, Roberts it is. Now, where do I put the extension to the drill? Put this back where we took it. Alright, now we're in business. Now we're in business. Alright, yeah, that's too much wiring over there. But it's alright. I'll just undo one. Have that laying around. I could just stick it into these holes. But how do we do this properly? Alright. What's the right way up? Right way up is dots down. So dots down, that's the right way up. If it's like this, which is usually in hospitals, that's upside down. But either way, the lettering can go both ways. So I'm not too worried about that. But the white wire from this labeling goes on this side. Either one of these two sides, and the hot wire goes on that side. So my hots go on my right, neutrals go on my left. Gonna screw that down a little bit. Put a bend, put a little bit of a bend in my, actually, let's do this. I'll just put it in the hole. Hot wires go on both of these sides, so I'm just gonna stick it into one of them. And either one doesn't matter. The way to take it out is to put something flat in here, push hard, and it'll release that mechanism. And on this side, I have my white wire. Ooh, don't bend it. But make sure it goes in properly. Ah, there we go. All right, all set. So, hot's on my right, and I'm looking at it this way. Hot on my right, white on my left, neutral on my left, hot on my right. That green is to earth, which is ground. Same difference. Now in this case, I can, if I wanted to, find a way to do this properly. Push the rest of the wire in here with a bend, of course, so that the rest of the wire goes down. And this, in this particular application, I'd have that sitting on my shelf, back wall like that. It's quick and dirty, but it gets the job done. I'm gonna essentially flatten all these screws, screw them in so they're not in my way. Yeah, come on. Alright, there we go. One more. That goes back. Now, I think I might need to widen this hole a little bit to accommodate all these screws. while we're here, let's clean this up a bit, shall we? I'm just gonna clean up this front wire. I don't like it being all over the place like that. Just gonna cut a bit off. Now, I'm gonna wrap it properly. Now, again, I don't have the right tool for doing this electrical work. This is definitely not the pair of pliers you want to use. There's a set of electrical pliers that has the wire cutter, the various gauges of, I guess, unsheathing that you can use. This is not it. Now, I do want a little more wire on this end. Alright, that seems plausible. Alright, so once it's here, I can come to the end of it here and pinch it. Pinch it in a way that actually works for me. There we go. It's supposed to wrap around like that. And then I can come back and screw it down. There we go. Now we're cooking. Everything's tight now. Okay, now the hard part. Probably need to open this guy up a little bit. I was trying not to do that because chances are I could slip away from you and get too large. Where's the marker? So I'm just gonna mark here and being mindful that I still need some meat for a place to put my screws. So I think the bottom is fine. I need to take a little bit off the top, just like so. Pretty much something like that. And I believe that should work perfectly fine. Yep, I think that should work perfectly fine. Now, let's get my electrical out of the way. And let's see what I can do with that. I'm gonna use a drywall knife. Yeah, I'll use that. It's a lot quieter. Well, and then I'll have to come back with this guy. All right, loud noise. Let me see if this will pause it or stop it or mute it. Actually does nothing. Okay. All right. Is there another way to cut this? Can I break it out of the way? No, that might compromise something. I don't want to do that. And this one will smoke because my blade is pretty much done for. Now, moment of truth. Moments of truth. Okay, here, let's do this. That goes back. These screws up. All the way. I don't need to do that. probably just pull it out. But there's like a little plastic washer on the back that I want to keep. This little thing. Don't know what it does, but it works well. So this is where you need to have some sort of staples in place so the wires can stay put. And yeah, you can't see this, but I'm just undoing the screw. I don't know if I need to change the placement of the camera. But it's fine. All right, let's try this again. So yeah, here I'm not gonna use an electrical box because the place is too tight. There we go. So I'll come back in place. It doesn't need to be straight. I'll come back and place 2 holes here so I can fit this guy in. Now what can I use to make these holes? You know what? We'll just go with what we have here. Where'd I put that hex head? That's here. Now, I'm sure this won't need to go all the way through. I just need something for it to hold onto. All right. Thinner screw. I'd definitely be using it. I don't have anything thinner. Don't have a really small drill bit. Ah, perfect. I do. It's good to have your tools close to you. I'm just going straight through the drywall, even though I don't necessarily need it. We're in luck. We're in business. We are in business. Alright. I'll just put my washer back. Come on. Now, before I close this up, I'm actually going to test this circuit first. I don't want any surprises, nor do I want any interference with this solid plan. Call it a solid plan. I just don't want any interference. Yeah. All my wiring done. I'm gonna flip the switch on, come test this out, and then we can proceed. I'll go back, turn it off, and then we can proceed. Using this guy right here. That's a circuit tester. Be right back. Let me know if you see anything or over there trying to flip switches and trying to determine, okay, why in the world would this switch be tied into a fan and a light over here? We got power. Ah, see? We touch the black one, we're hot. Neutral, nothing. Ground, nothing. All right, let's turn that guy off. Now, let's test it with this guy. Let me see, will this help? Can still see, all right. There we go. We got 2 lights, and on this one, 2 lights means 2 lights on the left mean it is correct. Let me see if I can show you that up close. Can't see that too well. Here, switch this light back on. All right, the light's on the bottom. And see that? On the very bottom, like down there, the very bottom. The white's on the left, 2 oranges, and that's essentially what we have here. All right, we're in game. Okay, let's go back, turn off that switch, put this in the wall, screw it down, close it up, call that electric job set. All right, we'll come back. Let's close this up, move the stove back in place. Put the screws in. Now see, in the back of my mind, I'm hoping this is a right, what's it called? Right amperage for this application. Stay put. Need an extra hand in here. Something to put the top in. Oof, don't kick anything out of place. There's a screwdriver when you need one. Screwdrivers where screwdrivers when you need one. Or I should have just probably put the bottom wire in first. I mean the top wire. This is wasting time. Just put both come back and do the wiring. I seriously wonder how this thing got in the first time. Huh. Huh. Yeah. See struggles, entertainment. And I'm sure you guys saw it the first time. Since I have zero leverage, this makes it all the more fun. There we go. I need to figure out the screw situation without pulling it out. Jump on a stick. There we go. Okay, so the washers come out. Okay, I'll do it without the washer. I don't know what the washers are doing there anyway. Yeah. There we go. Where's the cover? All the way there. All right. So probably gonna need to come back and clean this up a bit. Right. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. These screws need to go back. Like now. Alright, let me put them back where I found them. Screws back in place. That one looks a little screwy, but it's okay. Right now the plate needs to go in place. And this guy. Switch this out for something flat, which is something that I remember trying to look for and not finding. So I had to use one that actually was a little bit broken, but worked perfectly. Actually, no, let's not use that. Alright, that's all set. Good and done. Actually, let me think about this. Do I want to give it some I wonder if I want to give it some reinforcement. I could, but will it sit flat? That's a good question. That has too many threads, and my stud, I can guarantee, is on this side. Here I have nothing, so that means this screw will not be appropriate because after the threads go in, it has nothing to hold on to, and we're just going to be dealing with that unthreaded part of the shaft. Okay, I'll leave it as is. This seems, yeah, secure enough. That's not budging. Unless we put a plug in and deliberately try to yank it out. So I'm good with that. Turn it the right way. Alright. Not like that. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I know. It's a nitpicky thing. All the plugs need to be screwed in a certain way. The screws need to face upwards. La-di-da. That's, yeah. There's no trash can over here. No trash bag. Pick up your screws. Do not leave your screws anywhere. Especially don't leave them under the hardwood floor. Okay. Alright, so essentially that's how to thread a wire through somewhere that already has an existing wire to inside your cabinet for a microwave. So I believe they're gonna poke a hole somewhere in here, run the wire in here, plug it in, shove the microwave into this space, seal it off nicely, cap it, do whatever they need to do, and then they're gonna light it up. Personally, I think that is way too close to the top of the range, but I'm sure they're gonna deal with it somehow. The air that that thing captures is gonna circulate in this room. It's not gonna be able to get out. I would change that. So instead of messing around with just this, I'd have, fine, we can have the microwave here, but have a way to get the ducting up through here, tied into this bulkhead, which I think might contain some exhaust pipe or something, or go out this way, because this is an external wall. Find a way to go out that way, put your vent there, have it exhaust outside. But that's just me. I'd do a little bit extra. But that's not what I am here for today, at least. So, my job here is done. I am gonna go mind my business and build my shower as I'm supposed to. This was just for fun. All right, let's go. Well, let's pack up. I have a lot of stuff to pack up, unfortunately, but I wanted to come prepared and made sure that I was thoroughly prepared for whatever and for whenever. And 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what you want to do. Don't bring every single tool that you own in this world, but bring enough to play. All right, let's plug this guy back in. I think it was plugged into the bottom. Then that leaves room for whoever wants to plug something into the top. Hey, we got power. All right. After it's done booting up, I need to unlock this. But before I do that, I'm gonna push this guy back in place. I don't need it hanging out here with me. All right, and this is Cliff with Ovation Home Renovation. We're gonna be right back with that shower build. Right now, we're working on framing, and once framing is done, we can proceed. Awesomeness. All right, catch you later. Ovation Home Renovation again. I'm Clifford. Let me know what I can help you with or what projects you have in and around the Northern Virginia area. All right, look forward to it. Catch you later. Okay. I'm pushing this back in, trying to make sure that I'm not making any wires or tubing. Tube, that should be fine. There's of an anchor or something of that sort right there. I'm trying to make sure I catch. Alright, I think we're caught. That just keeps this from tilting when each other decides to hang on to the front. It should be in there. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. That's set to 12 a.m. It should be good. Alright, now I'm out. Alright. Hello, so I think so bit me from no my baby fix it microwave no. My plug no. You know, I'm with me about there. Microwave no, I believe Sebe Kohono, that's what see same in try, right? But I think they should have a plan for doing it. Okay. Look forward to seeing it here next time. All right. Bye.